If a private citizen, let's say Robert Davi, starts trafficking a bunch of cocaine through Wayne Newton's televangelist church, that's a crime. For your punishment, James Bond will salt burn his way into your inner circle, dissolve your business, and then kill you with a gasoline truck when you least expect it. But when executives at Purdue Pharma kill 500,000 people pushing a drug they knew to be dangerous, they pay a settlement, which doesn't even come out of their own pockets. If a person kills 500,000 people, we almost don't even know what to do with you. Like, wow, 500,000. Like, jail doesn't seem like enough for that. And while we don't support the death penalty anyway, in this particular case, I'm not sure it would take. If a corporation kills 500,000 people, every person responsible for making the decisions that lead to those deaths should be held criminally accountable. Right? That seems like the bare minimum. And we can hold corporations and their executives accountable for crimes. We've done it before, and surprisingly recently.
Congress wants to know what caused the Enron meltdown, wants to know why employee retirement funds were wiped out, while at the same time, top executives were personally making millions.
Remember Enron? The energy giant filed for bankruptcy in 2001 after whistleblowers at the company revealed fraudulent action and shady accounting practices. Such nostalgia for the good old days of 2001. Anyway, in a classic move, many of the top execs at the company paid themselves in deferred salaries and bonuses just before the company went under, leaving thousands of low-level workers holding the saggy old bag. Incredibly, as if provoked by a child's wish, the DOJ under George W. Bush went after Enron's executives. A team of FBI agents and prosecutors led by future target of embarrassing liberal fanboying Robert Mueller pursued a slow and painstaking investigation into the company, eventually landing convictions and prison sentences for all of the higher-ups. That is awesome and great, but it shouldn't be, right? It shouldn't blow our minds when criminals who get caught doing serious crimes get punished accordingly. But what's wild is that this bare minimum of securing convictions against business ghouls was still seen as too harsh by some people in our government. As journalist Jesse Eisinger explains in his delightfully titled book, The Chicken Shit Club, Why the Justice Department Fails to Prosecute Executives, DOJ officials actually thought the Enron prosecution was overzealous. In other words, they found Enron's executives too guilty. Eisinger argues that many of these officials and executives are cut from the same cloth, and it's difficult for higher-up DOJ officials to see executives as serious criminals. In one email quoted in the book, a Securities and Exchange Commission regulator wrote, "Well, these Goldman Sachs bankers are good people who have made one bad mistake." Again, these people didn't get peer pressured into egging the principal's house or stealing money to pay for the Sandman's daughter's operation. They're just inflicting hardship, misery, and death for a profit. So while it is possible to hold executives responsible for the crimes committed by their companies, there just doesn't seem to be much will or desire to do so. Instead, the DOJ mainly focuses on large cash settlements, which effectively leaves the people responsible off the hook. We have all these laws to bail out corporations, but so little to support and protect actual individuals. The United States as a country cares infinitely more about the lives of companies than the lives of its people. A company's right to exist and thrive and grow is defended more zealously than any of the humans they grind into paste. Congress doesn't move heaven and earth to make sure none of the American people go hungry, but will shield wealthy corporations and CEOs like that James Woods meme even as they lay off thousands of people in the pursuit of success. And success doesn't even mean the same thing anymore. Success doesn't mean a successful company. More often than not, it means you successfully dissolved a company to make the numbers in your investors' portfolios go up. Not to tombstone pile drive a dead horse, but corporations and private equity groups aren't ineffable cosmic entities drifting through our psychosphere. The rules governing their behavior weren't written by Rumpelstiltskin. These are individuals committing crimes on behalf of their wealthy gangs.
Corporations are people, my friend.
The aging Pilgrim Village reenactor is right. Corporations are people. They're a collection of people that the government has simply stopped holding accountable. So maybe it's time to do that again. Enron was 20 years ago, but on the timeline of corporate recidivists, that's not long at all. That's just 2 recessions ago. Start treating CEOs who steal billions and kill scores of people the same way the courts would treat a regular person who did all of that. By throwing them into Arkham Asylum because those are the crime stats of a Batman villain.